Santa Claus the movie. Is this festive film really that bad, or am I gonna have to give this origin story of the big fat guy with the long white beard to give some good old fashioned Big D justice for the holiday season? Watch my review and find out. Ho 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 ho! This is Big D's entertainment rankings and reviews. Ho ho ho! So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D. And this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1985 holiday flick Santa Claus the Movie, which was presented by Alexander Salkind, and was the last major fantasy film to be produced by him and his son Ilya. Of course, you know, they're the guys who brought us the original Superman films. Now, the film was originally released by TriStar in the US and Rank Film Distributors in the UK. Now, of course, the film is under license at Studio Canal. The film was directed by, if I mispronounce this, I apologize, Jenat Zwark, who recently directed the Salkind's previous film, Supergirl, the previous year. As this film came out in 1985, November 27th, as a matter of fact. Now, I'm going to try not to. I'm going to say that I'm not going to give the whole story since this film didn't do too well at the box office, but overall has become a cult favorite, especially in the UK. Well, we start out in the Middle Ages where a woodcutter named Claus delivers hand carved toys to the children of his village each Christmas. Accompanied by his wife Anya and their reindeer Donner and Blitzen. Caught in a blizzard, they are saved by elves and taken to their magical workshop at the North Pole. Lead elf Dooley explains that their coming is, was prophesied. That is the Claus's destiny to deliver the toys made by the elves to the children of the world, and that they, like the elves, will live forever. And the following Christmas Eve, the oldest elf dubs Claus Santa Claus, and explains that the night will last as long as it takes him to deliver toys to every child on Earth. Donner and Blitzen join six other reindeer and are fed hay sprinkled with magical powder that enables them to fly, blowing Santa's sleigh throughout the air. And as the centuries pass, much of the mythology and traditions surrounding Santa Claus develop. And by the late 20th century, Santa is exhausted by his ever growing workload, and Anya suggests that he enlist an assistant. Two elves compete for the position: Puffy, who follows traditional toy making methods, and Patch, who has many ideas for modernization. He wins, Patch does, by designing a machine to increase production through automation. It works at first, making perfectly made toys, but unbeknownst to him, it begins to malfunction and produce shoddy toys. And soon, and what's more, Sam befriends a homeless orphan boy named Joe and takes him for a ride in his sleigh. They unsuccessfully attempt the super duper looper, a vertical loop maneuver, which always fails due to Donner's acrophobia. They also meet a wealthy orphan girl named Cornelia who befriends Joe. But however, they get a big bit of trouble here through the courtesy of Cornelia's unscrupulous step-uncle, BZ, who apparently Patch joins as he's mistakenly thinking that those two are, that he and BZ are popular in ways. But anyway, that's all the story I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to give you no more, no ending spoilers. So I will not give you the rest of the story. Sorry. But anyway, what did I think of this? I rarely have memories of this. I recalled seeing this as a youngster, but that was a long time ago. I'd seen a little bit more of the movie later on TV, and just more recently on Amazon Prime. Anyway, the film was a major dud at the box office and got dissed as well, just like Supergirl did. However, unlike that film, this did just a little better, but again, not great though. It made 23 million here in the US. So anyway, but it was popular by making £5 million in the UK. Now, again, reviews were big time negative, though Roger Ebert did note some positive points, writing that the film does an interesting job of visualizing Santa's workshop and his elves. That I can agree on. Yes, I love the way the workshop turns out. The elves are pretty good too. Ebert also praised the film's special effects, particularly the New York City flyover sequence involving Santa. And even the performance of John Lithgow, who's one of the players in it, for his nice, hateful performance, but wrote that the villain is not drawn big enough. That's understandable. Anyway, yeah, the story's alright, is fine in ways. I mean, it was pretty good to actually have an origin story, as this film depicts the origin of Santa Claus and his modern day adventure to save one of his elves who has been manipulated by an unscrupulous toy company executive. That should have mentioned. But as for our cast performances, I really like David Huddleston's performance as Santa Claus. He was really good. British funny guy Dudley Moore plays Patch, and I'm going to say he was good too. And John Lithgow, who the previous year starred in Footloose, played the unscrupulous villain BZ. We also have Burgess Meredith. I think you know that is Mickey from the Rocky franchise and also the Penguin from TV's Batman, playing the ancient elf. Judy Cornwell plays Anya. We have Christian Fitzpatrick as Joe. See, and this name does sound familiar. Aha. And Carrie Cahan played Cornelia. And actually, the following year, she would play Nikki Ferris in the made for TV sequel, The Parent Trap 2, which unfortunately was her last one. She had a short lived acting career. Anyway, yep. That was just so me. I thought a lot of it wasn't too bad. But again, despite the film was a big disappointment, and it still became a cult classic thanks to frequent television showings around Christmas time, especially in the UK. Now, actually, John Lithgow did mention some a few years back in an interview. It's just he says it's just one of the tackiest movies I've ever been in. It seemed cheesy, and it certainly never stuck, except in England. It is huge over there. I wish I had a nickel for every Englishman who told me it's their favorite film, and in England, that's half of what I'm known for. Yes, definitely, and what have you. That's understandable as well. But another good thing about this film is that it has a good score from Henry Mancini, the man who gave us the Pink Panther theme and the Peter Gunn theme and lots of other instrumental tunes. Leslie Bracus, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, well, wrote the lyrics for songs from here. They contributed 5 original songs to the soundtrack. Let's see. Now, let me see if I can figure this out. Anyway, EMI America released the soundtrack to this, and it's tough to figure this out. Now, they actually had a couple of pretty good songs on here. Well, I heard one of them I'm familiar with. There was It's Christmas All Over the World. We originally wanted Freddie Mercury from Queen to be this, but unfortunately they were already busy working on the soundtrack to another film that would be released the next year, and that would be Highlander. So it went to Sheena Easton, who was pretty big. And there was also a song called Shouldn't Do That by Kaja of the one hit wonder 80s group Kaja Goo Goo. You know them from the song Too Shy. Still, I will give this film credit for its soundtrack and what have you. So overall, with a pretty decent, pretty fairly good cast and a good score and soundtrack of songs. And while the story is kind of is fine and all, this film is pretty kind of cheesy in some ways. So overall, would I recommend Santa Claus the movie? Well, I say, in my opinion, I'd say maybe give it a one-time watch. But if you've seen this before and you've not yet told the kids about it, then I'd say avoid it. So, in other words, it's a draw between one-time watch and avoid it. Well, and or, know what I'm saying? Okay, so what did you think of Santa Claus the movie? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another kind of film with an English touch to it, and that would be the animated film Arthur Christmas. So thank you for watching, and if you like this, check out some of these other festive films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of The Santa Claus with Tim Allen from 1994. The upper right-hand corner is my review of one of my favorite holiday flicks of a comedy, Home Alone from 1990. Or if you'd like something else from the style kinds, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the TV log I did on the Superboy TV series from 1988. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.